Some people clean their house when it's dirty. Others clean when their mind is loud. If you know, you know. Because this isn't about dust, it's about quiet.
And that difference matters more than people think. Home organization looks harmless on the surface. Shelves, boxes, labels. But psychologically, it's often a response, not a hobby.
Yeah, and if you're listening right now and smiling a little, you're probably one of those people. The ones who feel lighter after organizing a drawer, even if nothing else in life feels sorted.
Studies in environmental psychology show that visual order reduces cognitive load. Less clutter, fewer decisions, less mental noise. The brain likes knowing what to expect.
Which is funny, because life almost never cooperates like that. Jobs change, people change, emotions definitely change. But your kitchen cabinet, that one can stay exactly where you left it.
And for many people, that predictability feels like safety, especially if safety wasn't consistent growing up. Unstable homes, emotional chaos, adults who were unpredictable. The brain adapts. It learns to build order where it can.
Let me jump in here. This is where people get misunderstood. Being obsessed with organization doesn't automatically mean control issues. Sometimes it means you learned early that mess equals stress, and cleaning became your off switch.
Completion releases dopamine, but organization offers something deeper. It gives the nervous system a pause, a moment where nothing unexpected happens.
And let's be real for a second. You can't organize your emotions with labels, but you can organize your pantry. And for a moment, that feels like progress.
That moment matters. But here's where it can quietly shift, when organizing becomes the way you avoid feeling instead of supporting yourself.
You know that feeling. Everything looks perfect, the house is calm, but you're still restless. That's usually the clue.
That's the brain saying, this helped, but it didn't heal. Order fixes the outside, not always the inside.
Quick pause here. If this is hitting a little close, you're not alone. And if you want more conversations like this, not advice, just understanding, you might want to stay around this channel.
Because understanding behavior changes how we treat ourselves. Another thing people don't talk about, organization is often about boundaries. Every box says, this belongs here. For people who struggle setting boundaries with others, objects become safer to manage.
Yeah. Objects don't argue, they don't cross lines, they stay put when you ask them to. People, not so much.
That's why organizing content feels calming to watch. Someone else creates order so your brain can rest. It's passive regulation.
If you've ever fallen into an organizing video spiral and suddenly felt calmer without moving an inch, that's not laziness. That's your nervous system exhaling.
But balance is the key. Healthy organization supports life. Unhealthy organization replaces it. The goal isn't perfection, it's flexibility.
Here's something I wish more people knew. Real peace isn't a spotless home. It's being okay when things aren't perfect. That's when organization stops being armor and starts being a tool.
Well said. When order serves you, not controls you, that's emotional maturity.
I'll share something personal before we end. There was a time I organized constantly, not because I loved it, but because slowing down felt unsafe. Every drawer was aligned, and I was still exhausted. Only later did I realize I wasn't fixing my space. I was trying to quiet my mind.
Awareness changes the relationship with a habit.
So if you love organizing, enjoy it. But every now and then, ask yourself, is this bringing peace or helping me avoid noise? And if this kind of reflection helps you, you're welcome to listen more, comment, share, or just sit with the thought. No pressure. Your home doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to feel safe. And honestly, that's the real psychology behind home organization enthusiasts.